India Today has accessed the 115-page damning report that exposes the controversial terror evangelist activities in India. From funding to conversion, from political patronage to links with the Islamic State ideology. Investigations against the controversial Islamic preacher Zakir Naik began in the right earnest only after the Dhaka terror attacks. The NIA and the Enforcement Directorate, they began parallel investigations, and this report that you're about to see is an eye-opener. The question is, how was this controversial Islamic preacher Zakir Naik allowed to operate in India with impunity for all these years? India Today's Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu gets us this special exclusive.
If he's terrorizing the terrorist, if he's terrorizing America, the terrorist, biggest terrorist, I'm with him. Every Muslim should be a terrorist. The thing is that if he's terrorizing a terrorist, he's following Islam.
An insidious terror evangelist who exploded into India's conscience last year. A man now infamous for sowing the seeds of violent fundamentalism in the minds of millions across the subcontinent. A man so terrified of the backlash that he hasn't returned to India in months, sitting in a safe haven abroad, continuing his work. But while investigative agencies search for Zakir Naik, India Today brings you the deadliest, most shattering proof of this man's real work. No hearsay, no rumors. What you've heard is nothing compared to this. The cold hard truth of a truly dangerous brainwasher. Documents accessed prove that Zakir Naik hasn't just dominated the airwaves to spread hate, but in fact has actively been converting impressionable youth to Islam and sending them straight into the world's most dreaded terror organization, the ISIS. This 100-page dossier from the Unlawful Activities Prevention Tribunal, revealed for the first time on national television before you, exposes two of Zakir Naik's trusted lieutenants from the Islamic Research Foundation. The National Investigation Agency states that 24 youth migrated from Kerala to Kabul to join the ISIS. Zakir Naik and his cronies steered them towards fundamentalism, catching them young, stripping their identities, molding them into jihadis, and steering their journey to Afghanistan. For his brainwashing of 19 youth from Kerala, Zakir Naik's aide Arshi Qureshi was paid handsomely, about 43.75 lakh in 4 years, the price for peddling radicalism.
Exclusive documents accessed by India Today clearly show that conversion is only a camouflage for Zakir Naik, that money by FCRA was pumped into Arshi Qureshi, key Zakir Naik aid, for conversion of non-Muslims to Islam and then pushing the youth to ISIS. That cover has now been blown off.
I challenge anyone to point out any statement.
Zakir Naik pulled out the victim card last year when the investigative agencies were on his trail. While he denounced the ISIS in public, behind the scenes, he was converting and radicalizing youth in his own foundation.
When an organization comes and says that we are an Islamic State and they're killing innocent people, this name Islamic State is given by the enemies of Islam. Don't report on your media that Islamic State has done that. Is totally wrong. I call them anti-Islamic State of Iraq and Syria.
As India Today digs deeper, it is finally clear why Zakir Naik is sitting cowering abroad instead of returning to his country. His direct role in radicalizing youth for ISIS, his role in the larger infrastructure that ISIS employs, and his guilt writ large. A con man in the garb of a religious preacher, a fundamentalist posing as a pacifist, India Today's report blows the lid once and for all of Zakir Naik's facade of crying witch hunt. With Kamaljeet Sandhu in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
This is not just source-based information. India Today has scooped out this report, and my colleague Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu will get you intricate details of this report. How layer after layer have been peeled away and the truth about Zakir Naik is finally emerging. So who is this controversial Islamic preacher, Dr. Zakir Naik, who speaks as the security agencies say, with a forked tongue. He's 50 years old. He propagates the hardline Wahhabi Islam. He's a medical doctor. He's a televangelist. He is the founder of the Islamic Research Foundation. He heads a religious channel, Peace TV. Now, he stands accused of inspiring the Dhaka terror attack. 22 innocent people lost their lives in the terror attack, and Bangladesh raised an alarm. He's made derogatory remarks about Hindu gods and goddesses. He's incited hatred against Shias and Ahmadiyas. Zakir Naik is a controversial Islamic preacher. In the year 2010, he was banned in the United Kingdom. He was banned in Canada. In 2012, India has also now been going after him. Now, Peace TV, his controversial channel, has been barred. He's been barred from holding conferences in 2017. Cases were registered against Zakir Naik in India after the terror attack in Bangladesh. He's made inflammatory speeches. He said Osama bin Laden is not a terrorist. Every Muslim should be a terrorist. Death by stoning is acceptable. Suicide attacks are advised by clerics, and that are not bad. He also says homosexuals should be killed. Wife beating is not bad. He says don't send girls to school. He wants Sania Mirza to dress modestly. He does not want church or temples in the Islamic State that he envisages. Muslims, according to him, have a right to have sex with female slaves. That is Zakir Naik's thinking. That's his ideology. But more than his ideology, I want to go to Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu and try and understand what this man and his organization were doing in India and what were investigative agencies doing so far until Dhaka blew the lid. So you have that report. Bring us details how he stands exposed tonight.
Gaurav, we have two sets of documents. One is the 115-page report. The other is the 78 affidavits. Many of them are those people who've gone to Kerala, from Kerala to Afghanistan. So yes, he's converting people. These are people who are Christians, who are Sikhs, who are Hindus, who are converting, many of them voluntarily, but being brainwashed, radicalized, and then pushed into ISIS territory. So the fact is that there is an active conversion, and the papers and documents clearly point out that IRF office is being used as the hub for all these terror activities, that they've been actively pushed into terrorism from there. It is not stopping at that. There are two people who've been identified in his office. One is Arshi Qureshi, the other one is Rizwan Khan. One of them is obviously making those conversions. The other is also hooking them up in terms of marriages and then sending them. We talking about two couples who've just gone there. Nimisha, a girl, we've been told she's from an upper middle class family, a BDS student. She was 4 months pregnant when she left India, when she left Kerala, and she went there and delivered a baby in that area of Khorasan, which came under attack from United States.
So that is the level of indoctrination. That Nimisha became Fatima. Nimisha became Fatima, went to Khorasan to fight alongside the Islamic State. That is the level of indoctrination that is taking place. I want to bring in Vikram Singh, former Director General of the Uttar Pradesh Police. He joins us on the broadcast. Ilyas Sharfuddin is the media coordinator of Islamic Research Foundation. He joins us on the broadcast. Abha Singh is a noted lawyer. GVL Narasimha Rao is the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Also with me is India Today's executive editor, Javed Ansari. But I want to come to you, Ilyas Sharfuddin. I want to understand from you, sir. The Islamic Research Foundation now stands accused not just of converting, paying money for it, but also recruiting for the Islamic State. And this is based on investigations carried out by multiple probe agencies in India, sir.
To be frank and honest, I would like to say that Zakir Naik is so clean, so honest, so peaceful that first NDA government have invited him twice to teach to the IPS officers in NDA, National Police Academy, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy, to teach to the IPS officers how to maintain peace in our country and the world and root out terrorism. Zakir Naik addressed them twice under the first NDA government of Vajpayee ji and L.K. Advani. Second, Zakir Naik is so clean that the present NDA government have renewed his FCA license under Modi ji as well as under Rajnath Singh ji. Millions and millions of youths are inspired by Zakir Naik. If some are going out of hand, it is not responsibility of Zakir Naik. As many BJP workers were caught in Madhya Pradesh under
Explain this, GVL Narasimha Rao. Explain this, GVL Narasimha Rao. He was invited by the BJP government. Sir, you've made your point. Let me get a reaction. Sir, let me get a reaction. GVL Narasimha Rao, you heard IRF spokesperson. He says it's your government that's invited him to deliver lectures at the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Police Academy.
No, I think this is bunkum. So first of all, when some officers renewed FCRA license, the whole country knows what has happened. The concerned officers were actually, action was taken against them, and Zakir Naik is absconding. He is an absconder from this country, and if he had done no wrong, he should have had the guts to return. Yes. I think Sharafuddin should explain why there is no Sharafat. Why is he hiding in some part of the globe? Why can't he come and face the law?
Okay,
he's been called by the countries like Bangladesh as the perpetrator, as the one who motivated this. I think if he has the audacity, why can't he come back and face the rule of law?
Okay, on this quick point, Mr. Sarfuddin, respond to this before I get in my other guests. These are very, very serious.
Very good point raised by my colleague over here. Very good point he raised it. Let me answer that when the media houses are not safe in the present government, when the opposition leaders are not safe, when the Dalits are not safe, when the farmers are not safe, do you expect Zakir Naik to be faced under this government?
Abba Singh, would you buy that argument? Sir, you've made your point. You've made your point. Abba Singh, do you buy that argument? Abba Singh.
No, go and hide.
Abba Singh, you buy that argument?
You will be safe with Hafiz Saeed. Please go and go and take refuge with Hafiz Saeed. I think he is in the company of the same individuals.
Okay, Abba Singh, you want to quickly respond? Do you buy that argument of Sarfuddin?
Not at all. In fact, when it is proven that the Unlawful Activities Act Section 1012 have been slapped on Zakir Naik, 153 IPC has been slapped, which is a cognizable non-bailable offence. It is very clear, it is obvious that he was inciting terrorists and the Bangladesh attack was in fact proven on paper that it was incited by him because people were motivated to go and kill in Bangladesh. Not only that, in India he has done conversion, and accordingly it is an offence under 295A and 298 of the IPC. When these are such serious offences, and trying to say that he is not safe, let me tell you, India is one country where the democracy and human rights are upheld to the core, and it is because of that he could invest properties, bought more than 100 crores worth of property all over India, and he had full freedom to do what he wanted. But the day he turned anti-national, the forces had to go after him, and if he had the courage, he would have come back and faced the law, and the law would have been very fair because we have rule of law. So I don't agree with him at all that anybody is unsafe in India. India follows rule of law to the utmost.
Okay, and that perhaps, Mr. Sarfuddin, if he has courage of conviction, he should come to India, and if the charges against him are blatantly false, courts here will acquit him. But I want to bring in Mr. Vikram Singh, former Director General of Police, on a very serious point. Now, this report that's been accessed by India Today's Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu, what does this report say? I want to read out one portion. The NIA, which is the National Investigation Agency, it collected material to show that 24 youth migrated from Kerala to Afghanistan to join the Islamic State and were regular visitors to the office of the IRF at Dongri in Mumbai. They attended meetings that took place between Arshi Qureshi and youth at the office of the Islamic Research Foundation. Documents of conversion to Islam and 78 affidavits including the conversion, and listen to these names: Bekson alias Isa, Bestin alias Yahya, Nimisha became Fatima, and Merin became Maryam. They were recovered, who migrated to Afghanistan to join the Islamic State. Mr. Vikram Singh, how serious was the poison that was spreading within the country through the Islamic Research Foundation?
Mr. Gaurav Sawant, if there is a trophy for the most wanted, dreaded and insidious criminal, it will easily go to Dr. Zakir Naik. The moment he opens his mouth, it is venom and derogatory words for other faiths and religions. If this is not enough, the sensational scoop that you have come out with, the incontrovertible evidence about the conversions and the movement to the IRF office in Mumbai and their movement to Afghanistan and thereafter to fight by the side of ISIS, if this is not the episode of Bangladesh where his evidence, his complicity is beyond doubt, then I would feel that it is so serious, and the channel and the manner in which the money was siphoned into his systems and breathing life to in the black money generation. I think the NIA has their hands full, and if we know what is good for the country, this man needs to be nailed, and there is no evidence to show to the contrary. If you say that every Muslim needs to be a terrorist, Osama bin Laden and I'm by the side of Osama, what more evidence do you want?
Explain this, Mr. Sharfuddin. Explain not just these statements, but also the two aides of Dr. Zakir Naik who were scouting, who were recruiting, who were converting, which is an offense when you pay money to convert. Mr. Sharfuddin.
See, actually, when Zakir Naik is speaking, he speaks Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, Quran, Hadith, Bible.
48
is it venom for my colleagues over here? Is it venom for India today? No, it is not venom. It is
converting to the ideology of terror is venom for India today and for every Indian in this country, sir.
Second point is, let me say it here, let me say it, you called me, let me speak it out. The second thing is, 5 people were caught from Madhya Pradesh from BJP. Will you arrest Amit Shah, the president of BJP, for that? In ISI links they were caught. Will you arrest Prime Minister Narendra Modi for that?
I will let Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu respond to specific charges. Sir, on this channel, you cannot speak with a forked tongue and get away with it. No, sir. Listening to specifics. Okay, Mr. Vikram Singh also has raised his hand. So, sir, stay on specifics. This broadcast is about Zakir Naik. This broadcast is about Zakir Naik and Islamic Research Foundation. Kamaljeet, specifics. अरे सर सुन लीजिए,
अरे जनाब
सुन लीजिए, अरे सुन लीजिए सर, सुन लीजिए, सुन लीजिए सर जी, सुन लीजिए. We will have a separate debate about other issues. Can you answer on merits, sir? Can you answer on merits? Do not deflect. This channel will not give you an opportunity to deflect. Sir, if you are against terrorism, then listen to Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu giving you facts about the case, sir.
Who served Indian Army for 17 long years. I am the son of Indian Army Naik, who served Indian Army for 17 long years.
Very good. Why are you serving Islamic Research Foundation, Zakir Naik now then? You have a patriot's blood in you.
I love my country. Zakir Naik loves his country. But the president...
If Zakir Naik loves his country, why doesn't he come to this country and face the law here?
Wantedly trying to frame him. The
Is he being framed?
Against Islam, against Muslims.
Kamal has read through that 115-page report and so have I.
Killing Muslims on the road. No media news.
No. This is not about Hindu-Muslim. Javed Ansari, our executive editor, with me. Javed, is this about Hindus and Muslims as the Islamic Research Foundation spokesperson is trying to make it out to be?
I don't think we should fall into this trap. This gentleman is trying to deflect issues. He needs to answer. I interviewed Zakir Naik in Jeddah, and I can tell you details. He enjoys the patronage of some very rich and powerful people in the Gulf and also of this country. There is a point to be made that he was enjoying political patronage. A senior functionary of the Indian embassy was present in the very hotel to receive and speak, to meet with Dr. Zakir Naik before and after my interview. So this gentleman needs to answer questions rather than, make it into a hang-all, bang-all Hindu-Muslim issue, which this is not.
This is not a Hindu-Muslim issue.
Gaurav, not all Muslims subscribe to Dr. Zakir Naik's view. Let this be abundantly clear.
I'm confident most would. Yes, sir, you wanted to make a point.
Just a quick point to your spokesman, sir. If the larger conspiracy reaches to me, to you, to anybody in this country, that person is an accused. Merely by my raising a finger, he does not become an accused. As far as NIA is concerned, at this investigation, the web of investigation reaches right up to Dr. Naik, and he has no legs to stand on today because the evidence is incontrovertible, both financial, both material, and both confessional, direct and indirect.
Okay, both GVL Narasimha Rao and Kamal want to come in. Kamal, you first and then GVL Narasimha Rao.
So the fact is that there are 3 cases. There are 3 cases against Zakir Naik for hate speeches. There are 2 cases against Arshi Qureshi. Now, Arshi Qureshi is a man who reported to Zakir Naik directly. He was communicating his emails. He was handling his charges, reporting directly to Zakir Naik. He's the one who's actively involved in conversion, arrested by Kerala police in July 2016. Can he deny that? The other point is Rizwan Khan, again a close associate and a para-volunteer as far as Zakir Naik is concerned. Again, a man who's been arrested for the charges. Again, doing conversion and pushing people into ISIS. Can these charges be denied? There are many cases against Zakir Naik. Has Zakir Naik not only apologized to the CP Mumbai, he was called in, he apologized for making those hate speeches. That means he has made an admission. And the other part is there are so many FIRs which are pending.
Yes.
He is not cooperating with the law. Does it not show him in a poor light? Why does he not come and defend himself?
Oh, absolutely. Sir, answer questions on merit, Mr. Sarfuddin. दाएं बाएं मत जाइए, जो सवाल पूछा है उसका सीधा जवाब दीजिए. Do not deflect. Do not deflect. Answer question on merits. Did he or did he not apologize to the Mumbai Police Commissioner for a hate speech?
NIA and CBI are filing cases against every opponent, against Parna Roy.
That is not my question. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Cases are there.
What they're doing with others, don't bother. What they're doing to the Islamic Research Foundation. Are you the spokesperson of every other person they're filing an FIR against?
Filing case
Are you the spokesperson of every other person?
Let me answer it. Why are you?
No, why aren't you answering the question on merits?
Don't fear me.
Why aren't you answering the question on merits?
Let me answer it.
I will not. This is not a channel which will give you a platform. No, sir. No, sir. You will answer on merits, please. You will answer on merits. You will answer, sir. You will answer on merits, please.
I'm answering on merits.
No, you're not. You're deflecting.
NIA and CBI are filing cases against every opponent nowadays. Against Parna,
wild allegations.
Filed a case recently. A bullshit
Doesn't
case.
cut any ice, sir. These are wild allegations. May I tell you, sir, you had come to Lucknow also around 2009.
Islam and Muslims, that is what happening.
Okay, sir, you were making a quick point.
Yes,
GVL Narasimha Rao wants to come in, and so does Abha Singh. Yes, sir.
I believe you had come to Lucknow around the year 2009. And after there was a preview of what you had spoken, Dr. Zakir Naik, you were told in no uncertain terms to either clear out in 24 hours or the entire team would be behind bars. And discretion being the better part of valor, all of you cleared out knowing fully well what is good for you.
डर के मारे भाग गए थे उस समय.
भाग गए थे उस समय आप लोग, क्योंकि आपको बता दिया गया था आप हवालात पे चले जाएंगे.
And that is what should have happened earlier.
Earlier also, in all the districts.
Bangladesh, fortunately, Bangladesh took the bull by the horns. Bangladesh exposed Zakir Naik. I'll tell you more about the story, and we'll also play out that exclusive interview that India Today's executive editor Javed Ansari did with Zakir Naik when he was in hiding. He's running away and he's hiding, sometimes in Saudi Arabia, sometimes in Malaysia, sometimes in other Gulf countries. He may run, but how long can he hide? Because here is a man who's spreading that venom of terror, according to the National Investigation Agency, not just in India, but globally. More on that on the other side of a quick break. Stay with us.